Is Russell Wilson to Dallas a fantasy? Yes, Russell Wilson to Dallas is a fantasy, but it's not the Cowboys' fantasy. It's Russell Wilson's. Mike Fisher reporting from Frisco, home of the Dallas Cowboys, where the highly improbable Russell Wilson being traded to the Dallas Cowboys takes one tiny step towards reality because Russell Wilson wants it. ESPN's Adam Schefter reporting that Wilson has his wish list now, his get me out of Seattle wish list. I'm still confounded as to how Russell Wilson thinks that because he got sacked too many times in Seattle, he should go someplace where, I don't know, he's never going to get sacked, because he approached Seahawks coaches and said, hey, I think we should move this X and this O. And because they didn't agree with him, he should go someplace where he gets to be the offensive coordinator. I'm still stunned as to why Russell Wilson thinks that there's a better place for him, a greener grass for him, than a Seattle Seahawks program that has embraced him, babysat him, given him all sorts of authority, a great deal of money, and they win 10, 11 games every year. I'm sorry, Dangerous. You don't get that in Dallas. I'm here. I've covered this team for 31 years. This team does not win 10, 11 games every year like your team does, but okay, fine. You've conflicted with the coaching staff because they didn't give you what you wanted. It does seem to me that it would be easier for Russ and the Seahawks to simply say, oh, well, what is it that you want? You want us to draft an offensive tackle? Fine. You want us to sign a free agent guard? Fine. That would be a lot easier than eating all the money and moving all the picks and jumping through all the hoops. But here's the ESPN report. Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson has not demanded a trade, his agent Mark Rogers tells the network. And again, this clearly comes from the agent. But Wilson has told the Seahawks he wants to play in Seattle, but if a trade's considered, the only teams he would go to are Bears, I don't know why. Raiders, I don't know why. Saints, I get that one. And Cowboys. Because the Cowboys win 11 games every year? No. Because the Cowboys are guaranteed to never let the quarterback get hit? No. I believe Russ got sacked 48 times last year, and I believe the Cowboys quarterbacks last year got sacked 44 times. Now, that was without the offensive line that they hope to have back together going forward. But this is not a guarantee world where I'm going to go someplace and not get hit. What we know about the quarterback carousel is more than ever, star NFL quarterbacks are starting to think, contract regardless, they get to do what they want to do. It's an NBA LeBron James sort of phenomenon, except LeBron James dictated his future year by year by year because he signed 1 and 2 year contracts. Russell Wilson has a contract. And unlike Deshaun Watson in Houston, Russell Wilson hasn't been betrayed by Seattle. The finances involved in such a deal are very messy. The Seahawks would have to eat a fortune. Dallas, under Wilson's present contract, would have cap charges of 32, 37, and 39 million. Nothing wrong with that. I might suggest that given the present quarterback carousel climate, that Russell Wilson would say, I'd like to be traded to Dallas, and oh, by the way, Dallas, I'd like you to pay me $45 million a year as part of the deal. I wouldn't be shocked at all by that because we are in a climate where the quarterbacks are calling the shots. By the way, the Cowboys would have to trade for Russell Wilson. What would they trade? Dak plus a pick? All right. Fine. Prescott would have to agree to sign with Seattle. I assume he'd be fine with going to Seattle. Let's work on that assumption. Seattle would have to agree to pay him what he wants, which we think is $40 million. Is Seattle agreeable to that? Is Dak agreeable to that? Are the Cowboys agreeable to this? Is Dangerous agreeable to all this? I'm still a simple explanations, simple solutions guy. This is not simple. This is highly complex. Russell Wilson is upset because the Seahawks haven't given him all the things that he wanted or that he wants. And that position does not seem unfair. I mean, you've earned a voice. But how does Russell Wilson, engineering his way out of a Seattle program that in the last 8 years has posted 8 winning seasons in the last 8 years, is 98-45 record-wise, is coming off a 12-win season, moved to a Dallas program that in the last 2 years is 14-18 and coming off a 6-10 campaign? Be mad because you got sacked 48 times. Come here and get sacked 44. Again, a healthy Dallas offensive line can make this an attractive place. I'm stuck believing that one of the reasons that Russell Wilson is attracted to Dallas is because it's America's team, not because it's a Super Bowl contender. I'd like to think I'm wrong. Cowboy Nation certainly hopes I'm wrong, that Russell Wilson thinks, no, I'm going to go to Dallas because we're going to go win a Super Bowl. He knows his way around a Super Bowl in ways that this organization for the last quarter of a century does not. So maybe we should listen to his judgment that the Dallas Cowboys are a Super Bowl team, except look at his list again, according to ESPN. Bears are a Super Bowl team. They did make the playoffs. Raiders are a Super Bowl team. Saints? Russell Wilson on the Saints would make them better than Drew Brees on the Saints. There's something there. Russell Wilson on the Cowboys, and I say this with all due respect to Dak Prescott, would make them better than they are with Dak Prescott. Russell Wilson's better than Dak Prescott. The dollars and cents would be similar for the Cowboys, similar, I believe, in the end. You'd have to give up picks to get him. The Seahawks would have to agree to take Dak and to pay him probably more than they presently pay Russell Wilson. That one doesn't make much sense. What we don't know, but I think we'll know here in the next 2 weeks, how much of this is sound and fury because Russ wants to rattle the cage of Seattle management to give him what he wants. I want better offensive line protection. I want a bigger voice. And then again, if you've paid attention to the quarterback carousel, what do they really want? Even the guys under contract. This is the part of this that is not like the NBA. You don't see this in the NBA. I'm under contract, but I want a new contract. There is no such thing in the NBA. In the NBA, it's, I don't like it here. Get me out of here. I don't care if I have a contract. That's a certain kind of poison. It's not particularly good for the league, obviously, unless the guy comes to your team. But the NFL now is bordering on a different sort of commitment poison. I got a contract. I want more money, and/or I want to leave. And as I've said here often, I am all for the players. NFL players, by the way, thank you for subscribing, hanging out, being part of the 21,000 people, Cowboy fans, who take their Cowboys fandom seriously. No slapdickery here, no baloney, straight dope, exclusive, fish in, fish out. That's all we do here, as you've come to learn. And I'm proud to say 21,000 people, 21,000 of us, have come to learn it as well. Demand a move that makes you better, that makes your situation better. That's an NBA thing. Demand a move that make your situation better in the NFL. It's a new thing. I'm not dissing the Cowboys here when I say that while Russell Wilson to the Cowboys would make Dallas better, it wouldn't make Russell Wilson's situation better than what he already has in Seattle. Therefore, there's something more to this than just, I don't want to be sacked. And even something more than, I want a bigger voice. Because I can fix the sacks. I can fix the voice. Russell Wilson wants something else. I'm not sure that something else exists here in Dallas. Fish, out.